Hey y'all, so I got something to show that I've been extremely very excited about. And basically it's been about this little knob here. So this is called the Anticator VK01. And originally it was only allowed you to do like maybe single commands with the tap on the top, and then you can rotate it, and then you can press down and rotate it, and it'll do certain commands based on what you're doing with it. So I thought this would be the awesome thing to use for a productivity tool, because I could probably add layers to it with auto hotkey, and that is exactly what I did. And essentially, it just helps with productivity in my aspect, but I have it so that way it can work through other layers and stuff like that too. Um, let's get into it. I just kind of let you know how it works. So, with the dial itself, I have it set to adjust the volume, and I'll bring this over here so you guys can see it. So, right now, it's set to adjust the volume as a default function. So, I can turn it up and down. I don't want to use the keyboard volume function because I like adjusting it by one so that way I can fine grain it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. Move that out of the way there. I have also have it so that way if I press and hold it, it'll scroll left and right. But in this particular case, you can't really see it. So let's do that. So if I press and hold it, maybe if I decrease the window a little bit more, there we go. So yeah, if I press and hold it, I can scroll left and right, and that's pretty much it for like the basic functionality. So now if I um, go ahead and let's say for instance I wanted to change the layer of this. So I have three ways that I can change the layer. The first way is if I double click it, and that will change it. Sometimes if I have to, sometimes I double click it, and if it thinks I'm holding it, because that's part of the functionality. But if I double click it right, it'll say mode to activate it, which is another thing. This also triggers a HUD and Raycast with a custom extension that I built via Raycast for Windows, so it'll automatically do that. So if I double click it, now I have a different layer, and that second layer is programmed out into here. So right now, if I scroll, I can. The second layer allows for scroll, and the nice thing about this is that I can quickly scroll through everything because I have a scroll function set up into here. And the only thing that I don't like about this wheel is that after a while it started to squeak, and I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to fix that, but we'll get into that later. Um, More or less, this is what I like about it. So I can go through here, do all that stuff, and now have a completely different layer of actions on top of it. Um, the other layer action is to go through YouTube videos. Say, for instance, if I'm here and I want to since I'm in the second layer, I can go ahead and I believe it is. I can't remember exactly what it is. Um, I believe the second layer for Chrome is to scroll left and right, I believe. Let me go here. No, actually, I can't remember. Yeah, it is scroll left and right. I just switched layers, so that's probably why I'm getting a little confused here. But if I go ahead and switch, double click it back, and then switch the layers. But actually, there we go. There we go. And then we switch the layers back. So if I press and hold, I can scrub through a YouTube video. And that's kinda nice for me because I like watching YouTube all the time, and I'm pretty sure this works for, like, slideshows and stuff like that too. So, I'll, use that functionality when I do. And, also, the default function for the top button is to click play and pause. Um, there you go. I don't like double clicking this as much, so I decided I had an idea. The idea is to hold the right mouse button in order for me to switch layers, and then it'll go back to it. And then I have a keyboard button that have assigned to a special hotkey, so that way I can switch layers and kind of go from there. Um, don't mind this. This is a bug in Raycast, but for the most part, if I wanted to go into if I wanted to, let's say, let's go back into Chrome actually. So if I am in the normal layer, which is setting the volume. And I'll bring this back up so you can kind of see what that looks like. So I'm setting the volume, but I hold the right button. I can just scroll, and then if I press down, I can right click scroll too. But if I let go of it, it'll automatically go back to the normal thing. And change the volume, which is pretty nice. I think it's awesome. So like it may be a little bit confusing to get used to, but for me in particular, it's been working out really well because all I do is scroll and with data entry and stuff like that. And my fingers on my mouse gets kind of tired and I can kind of like offload that off to this. Eventually I'll probably end up switching to like trackball, but I'm not sure how I feel about that just yet because of ergonomics and things like that. But yeah, this has been really awesome. I'll show you the other layers that I have too. So let me go ahead and get up Raycast and open Affinity Designer or Affinity, and I'll show you kind of like what I got going on here. Let's go and also Caleb City is great if you haven't seen them. So we'll get this open. It just takes a second because Affinity Designer takes forever to load. And yeah, all right, it's on my second screen. Give me 1 second. And oh wait, all right. Uh, I'm all right. There we go. So let's go ahead and open up a recent file that we have here, and I think it was this one right here. It's a hot sauce label I did for a client not too long ago. So if I go here and let's say we do that and we move that and it doesn't that it wasn't supposed to move or anything like that, I can do undo. And if I remember correctly, I have it in the I'm going to use the scroll here. I have it in the affinity layer down here that if the wheel state is normal, if we have it activated for the wheel state for the mobile for the other thing, you can just control Z undo, and another way it's just a wheel down, wheel up. So let me go ahead and do that. So I just did that. So we're gonna undo, and it's just a dial that I can just undo, which is kind of nice. And I'm just holding the mouse button, undoing. Pretty cool. Um, but default is to scroll, and then left is default and hold for affinity is to scroll and zoom. But if I hold it and do it that way. I think it's I have it set up. I used to have it set up so that way you can horizontal scroll, but that's easy considering I can just do this. And the nice thing about this is that inertia scroll that I have an inertia scroll script that will automatically scroll for those particular things. But yeah, it's pretty legit. It works. It does what I need it to do. It helps me get around files really quickly, which is something that I have seen myself do a lot as of late. And yeah, it's pretty legit. I think this thing is going to help me through a lot of stuff once I get even more used to it. And then it's going to be ingrained into my workflow to the point where I just have this next to me and I just do the things kind of like normally. So yeah, originally this was going to be a macro pad for drawing and things like that, but I realized that I don't really draw that much on my computer, and if I do, it's like a rarity. So I need to get onto drawing more on my computer, either that or if I want to, or if I get into the position of like being out and about, I can take this with me and draw with it. But I don't think that's what this is going to be. I think this is going to mainly sit on my desk and do the things I need to do when it comes to like stuff like this, stuff on my computer. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about the script, I'll put it into GitHub and into the links in the description. And yeah, also my hair is crazy and I have a hood on, and that's the reason why. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.